That was fast for them too. And we're into the HRE mirror. Let's take a look. Oh, Marine Lord versus State too. It's gonna be interesting.
So many things to
Although,
spoil ourselves with.
yeah.
But for now, we
Good
have
Marine
to spoil ourselves with more mirrors.
Who's the prettiest of them all, KP?
It.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
I don't want to be mean to ZertoN, but Wam does have fabulous hair.
He really does.
No.
Something to be jealous of. I mean, we saw that picture on the screen before, right? Like he works on that. You know?
They both do.
That's not natural. That's effort. That's talent.
Do you think they like takes turns in who cuts their hair so that they can confuse people?
It sounds like the plot of like a Disney movie. I don't know. Made in the 90s. I don't know.
That's like, by the way, that is one of the weirdest questions that twins can be asked. Is like, when you ask about boyfriend girlfriends, it's like, have you ever like slept with the other one's like partner by mistake? It's like, I feel like the twin would say something and wouldn't just let that happen, right? I hope.
What are you talking about?
I date a twin. I've had this. It's really weird what high school children will ask you. I was in high school when this got asked. I should really clarify that.
I'm glad you clarified a little bit, but also still no.
So on the opening, we have got the racks from Wam.
On.
He did move into the center, and ZertoN ignored it entirely.
Interesting. So just not gonna build Spearman. That's the play, right? Just try and bait Wam into building a lot, and then just go up to feudal anyways. But does he have a good Aachen spot that isn't spearable?
Oh my god, what is that spawn? Holy mother of Aachen, that's the best spot imaginable. He gets every resource.
Yeah, but like, yeah, he does. I think he could tag the gold just barely, and the wood would only be short term, right? But there might be better spots, like maybe on the deer and the wood. I think would be more preferable, actually.
Boo.
Yeah.
He had options though. That's the point. He had so many options.
True. It feels good when, as an HRE player, you can just be like, where do I actually want to put this? And then not all of your choices are total garbage.
No. I play HRE. I can tell you, Winston, that does not feel good, because then I don't have an excuse for why I lost, okay?
Okay.
If all the positions are bad, it's not my fault, it's Bitterland's. That's my rule.
Oh, same. I use that all the time.
It's great.
Yeah, no, so the question that I have is, will this fast Aachen be better than having a dock in the middle and Spearman on the map to deny this hunt? Because it's not like you can easily go to this hunt unless you bring your scout now to push it in.
Push them away.
Yeah,
like, just take the Spearman. No, don't help him.
Oh, that's a big... Oh, Wam, just patting ZertoN on the back. Like, yeah, like, you need a little help after last game, maybe? Feeling confident.
Oh, now they're in TC range, so he can't hurt them anymore.
Yeah, that's tough. This is an interesting build from ZertoN. I like the approach to try and mix it up second game in a row. But, like, we definitely predicted the spear fight, right? But I guess maybe not trusting his micro against Wam, potentially. Maybe trying to say, like, oh, if I mix up the strategy, I could maybe catch him off guard and win that
I think it's more than that. It's the fact that despite what you're seeing on the UI, Wam is on match point, so ZertoN doesn't want to gamble. Like, Cauldron is actually very RNG in the way you approach the center. Because if you want to be optimal, you have to pull villages straight away. So by the time you realize how many villages your opponent has pulled, like, you're already half the distance, right? Best case scenario. So from there, you're like, if you brought one less villager, you've lost. You just lost. It's a really frustrating element of Cauldron for a lot of players.
Now, and the archers might be kind of interesting here. Like, they can kind of do well against, like, fishing boats. If you get, like, 10 of them, you can kind of snipe the fishing boats quickly. But, like, by that point, Wam should have one ship out in the middle to defend. And the scout just going to be a little annoying here. And Wam, interesting adaptation, right? I think Dabston just called that out. Only one fishing boat himself. So all this effort, and he doesn't even, like, really take full advantage of the fish just yet. He adapted into a fast Aachen of his own. It's not quite as fast, obviously, but he's going to try and get some archers out of his own. Maybe just do a couple man-at-arms here. He has the building for it. I'm not sure. They would just get kited by these archers.
This is like one of those you won the war but lost your identity type feelings. Like ZertoN, you beat him, but you built archers as the HRE.
I mean, it's never, like, horrible. Like, you could eventually get the move speed tech, but that's just
forbidden in the text, Winston. It's written in their laws.
I just ingested a lot of copium there. Yeah, it's tough. Like he's got the dock coming forward though.
Wait, but
Gonna
he's
snub
not
out
building
through
an
those fish and-
archery ship straight away.
Yeah, Wam built a range of his
Nothing.
own, maybe.
He built nothing out of the dock.
He has no wood yet. The demo, he could afford the demo, but it wouldn't get out in time. Yeah.
Oh,
this
did
is-
he already use? I think he used all of his straggler trees already because he had the racks plus the was it 4
Yeah.
spearmen, 3 4 spearmen, and then the docks and a fishing boat. So
Oh, that's so smart from ZertoN. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
no, that's fine. It's just like it's crazy to think that small difference made such a difference, right? Because he had 3 straggler trees, only 450 wood. When you're starting, the numbers speak for themselves. Just shy of what he needed to get a quick archer ship.
Yeah. Now he has time to get the archer ship out. ZertoN does, right? And he's gotta kill that demo if it stays too close. So Wham's gonna be kind of caught in a crossfire here. Does he just give up the pawn that he invested early into? Like, I don't think he wants to, but he's kind of in one of those positions where does it even really make sense for him to do too much? Like, because he's gonna go for it.
It feels
This
so
demo
much
could be
worse.
good.
Like you built this demo. You're just making this better for ZertoN, right? On a delay, but it's better. And he went on the stone. He's got the arrow slits, the emplacement coming rather. So Wam, apparently now his backup plan is 1,000,001 men at arms.
Well, he's gonna add his own arrow slit, but yeah, I guess he's gonna try and get those man at arms out. But this play is a lot worse on these hybrid maps when you don't have fishing eco, so it's like a little sus here. But we'll see.
Also, remember where he
Wham.
placed his Arkin. His Arkin is nowhere near food. So outside of sheep, like he's not buffing any food source on land.
Yeah, whereas ZertoN's gonna eventually get a chance here. It looks like the arrow slit's gonna be just in time to take out that, but the one from Wham should return fire pretty quickly.
It'll
And-
cost him though. A few men at arms are being spent.
Continue to range this. Oh wow, the pond is completely ranged here. Yeah, looks tough there for
It's,
ZertoN, but he kills.
9 tile range, I believe it is. It's pretty.
Yeah,
good.
it's long. Yeah, it's long. And now here's the demo. Kills that, so the investment in that emplacement on the dock is completely lost. He was bringing the bills forward probably to repair, but unable to do so. Gonna have to build another dock, but with the emplacement already there, it feels hard to like gain an advantage on the water quickly, because you'd have to get your own emplacement, right?
Yeah.
So
and
tricky.
By the way, like an interesting detail to assess there is like the demo ship. Why did he invest in another demo? It's because Wam realizes the extra torch down time would cost him 1 or 2 extra men at arms deaths, and also prevents him just immediately going fishing. So it seems kind of irresponsible of your economy, right? The way you build that final demo, but it makes sense when you consider Wham's looking at it from a point of efficiency, especially when he has access to buffed up wood and gold. Those are the things he can actually afford to lose.
Yeah, and with the dock has the emplacement, the demo calculation against the dock cost, right? It's like, yeah, you're spending 160 per demo and the dock's only 150, so it doesn't feel useful. But when you have the investment of the emplacement, it kind of makes more sense.
We've
here's
got
the castle.
quite a deviation here. And it's kind of funny, right? We come off the back of that previous series where the mirrors were quite restricted on each side. This time around, we see one goes pond, and we see one now on the follow-up goes for that second TC while the other is targeting Castle Age.
I would be well, okay, so ZertoN, if he's actively scouting, should see that the stone has been mined. So he should know there's a TC, but I'd be shocked
Such a
if
good
he
position,
finds
though.
this TC. Yeah, it's so hidden. Like, is he ever going to find this? So if he has a man-at-arm flood, is he even going to spot this, right? It's hidden kind of by that stealth force, so the scout literally has to go there. And maybe he can zone it away from the stone before it happens with the horseman, but doesn't look like it. So, yeah, really smart stuff from ZertoN here. Spots the stone, definitely just checked it, says, okay, that's enough wood stone for a TC. You haven't gone castle yet. You don't have a big army. Where's the TC? He's searching around the south side. Gonna try and find it. Be like, oh, where did you put this? He's like, hey, where'd it go? He's like, huh, something ain't right.
Winston, Reginald, Waffles.
Regnant Cathedral on the
It
way.
all doesn't
Very
matter.
spicy. Why doesn't it matter?
Because this is not Age of Empires 4. This is NASCAR. Someone crashed.
Vroom, vroom? Someone crashed?
Yep.
Devastation. I am hit with immense amount of devastation and pain and sadness and sorrow.
Yep.
That is really sad to hear.
All of this is irrelevant. We just have to... I don't think we're going to reach a point by the time the crash comes around that it's like there's a GG state.
So we'll redo this.
I assume so. I think we get confirmation. I think they don't know, so we're gonna watch it through to see if someone builds up such an insane lead. But it looks like that we're gonna be doing a re. So what we're doing now is letting you guys take notes of the build orders, which is why we can now get really petty again. So as you can see, ZertoN has optimized by going for 10 villagers on the build-up Winston. 10 is a good number because it's well-rounded.
He'll have 9 next time just to make you a little mad, just to kind of dig in.
I mean, like, actually 9's kind of okay because you're playing the Germans, and that is a German word.
I think Wham crashed because his units are more idle.
No, I think ZertoN crashed.
Dang. Immediately wrong. Come on, man.
Dude, you got a talent. I gotta give it to you. It's a skill at this point.
Nobody can predict things worse than me. It is a skill.
Hey man, like you just build a career out of it. Like you can, like, the best part is, like, there was a guy. So shout out, there's a guy in Dota 2 called Carl, and the same for him. Just Carl is always wrong. It's even better for you because you got the W's. WinstonsWaffles is always wrong.
No, I'm sad.
And that's like, what's the
Being
acronym for that?
cyberbullied.
Is it WWIAW? You're WWIAW.
What?
The WWIAW.
Oh gosh.
WWIAW. You're WWIAW.
No, I
You're
follow
WWIAW.
Ugh. Do not like these words. I do not like this much.
It's very baby
Someone-
sounding, yeah. Kind of works.
Stop this man.
So hold on a sec, guys. Let me just set you up for your next game.
Hold it
So
back.
it's Winston is always wrong.
Are you writing this one down? Oh
There we
no.
go. It's
Not a new hashtag.
I
No,
mean,
it's fine.
that's the way it works. Once it's typed into the Twitch chat, it's always true. All right.
Okay. What mirror? So they've picked mirrors already. What
Yep.
mirror do we, if we get a game 3, say ZertoN wins, right? What mirror do we get on Holy Island? Malian?
A Bassett.
Vice?
It's a Bassett.
You think it'll be an Abbasid mirror again?
I think it's gonna be an
Yeah,
Abbasid mirror,
probably.
I think like they both, like, the fact they went for that dry Arabia, like I think they are very much both comfortable just going a Bassett spam. It's I kind of like, I don't know, man. I've been thinking about this. I think the round I've enjoyed the most so far was the 12 villager start, and I'm like, I know it's so drastic, and the players would be like, why have we done this? But like, part of me is like, if we had the 12 villager start and the off-meta combat.
I don't know. I mean, I think that would have been helpful because a lot of the maps with the 12 vil start just turned into like, can English dominate the very beginning of the game, right?
Yep.
And so I think that kind of like led into the. Someone just posted. Wolfert just posted like I feel like that's a copy pasta, but like it's really funny. And so here we go. So is it they don't play the same seed? No, yeah, definitely not. So new seed, of course. New game.
But do we get a new build? That's what's going to matter, because we've already seen this once, and the first time round, Wham is the only one who went for the pond. This time, however,
You think he just builds the dock this time, big brain? Say, oh, you're not going to come contest me? I'm just going to build the dock. Or do you think he still goes for the?
just dock. What?
What?
Is this just an honor thing? Maybe.
Oh, to like keep it somewhat similar, maybe. Yeah. I mean,
there's
maybe?
nothing in the rules for it, as far as I'm aware. Like that would be such a hard thing to enforce, especially with the RNG of the maps. Like, yes, you must go multi-TC again, but this game around, my deer and my gold aren't on top of each other. No, you would still go TC this time. Okay. I'd probably enforce that, though.
Sorry.
I'm a piece of crap. I do that to them. Like, Wham actually, he has a great TC placement this time around if he does it again, but it would be contested. It's that boar deer stack that, I mean, I'm greedy. I'm just looking at it to the left of the fishing. I want it.
He did the thing. He did the thing. Why build a Rax if your opponent isn't going to go out on the map?
It's so much better than that. He waited for it to get scouted. Did he know?
Oh, probably. Maybe not.
I mean, like, I don't think he had a vision, but it's like, it's weird that you'd even start the racks. So, like, maybe he just kept the option open in case. But either way, it's worked out better because ZertoN scouted that.
Well, I feel like ZertoN is going against the meta, right? He's not doing the thing that Wam expects. So I think it's smart for Wam to start the racks and be like, okay, surely he might just try the meta now, switch it up, right? Build some spearmen, right? But he didn't again. So now Wam's like, okay, now I know what to expect this time. My spearmen got me no value last game. This game, I will not be wasting my time. I will get 3 or 4 fishing boats this time and have a much better feudal time behind this, or just the one potentially. No, yeah, he's gonna queue up another one. He's got those.
Like,
So
whether fully intended or not, it is a big deal the way that got scouted, though. Because ZertoN is probably now going to age up and immediately drop an archery range. And at that stage, like, if I'm Wam, I could think Horseman, because I'm going to have Fishing Eco, right? So I can afford it. And then I can just flood the map. And the worst thing about that for ZertoN is if you look at where his gold is, it's front side of his base. He could just be blocked out of a tech up as an answer.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think it's interesting again how ZertoN prioritizes the food with his Aachen. And we saw last game he went for the Regnets eventually. So, like, it's interesting that he didn't try and change anything up. This time he doesn't have any wood. Right, last time he had the wood within the Aachen as well. So it was a lot better for him. And this time, yeah, interesting how Wham's sticking with just the one fishing boat. I wonder about that a lot, actually. Not questioning the greatness of Wham,
I think
a
it's
player which I adore.
it's the priority of the age up, right, in a mirror. So you want to have options, because if you stay in Dark Age, you know, as elegant as this game can be, if we just boil down what Dark Age is, your option is one thing. You can build one unit type to fight with.
I guess it's also because without the Spearman, he can't actually deny the dock placement. So ZertoN can just come in with a late dock, and now he's actually building it. And here comes the dock again. We're going to get a very similar situation from last game.
Yeah, build up on the way, though. And Wam, although he delays himself here, he should have the food drop-off to almost immediately start pushing men at arms, as I believe he was maybe on Deer, right? Or he's
Would
moving
he
on
want
to
a
it
boat?
next.
I think he wants a boat.
What kind of boat?
I don't know, some sort of boat that shoots stuff, you know? Maybe the archer boat, likely. I would say the airship.
Gentlemen. Yeah, someone that shoots stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Get with the
let's go.
guns, yeah.
Not the guns, but the arrows.
All
Or
right.
the bolts.
Hear me out. But are they close enough for me to demo ship spam you off the water?
Definitely.
Like it's like I think you wouldn't get maximum damage on one, but you get some burst damage onto the other building. It's going to be expensive, but you know, you push him off water indefinitely.
So there's kind of this like little rock, paper, scissors that you kind of have to play with the first thing. If you don't know exactly what they're going to train, you kind of need to blind guess, and I guess Wham just wanted to and not trade anything, or is he giving up water for the time being? Maybe he's just going to go for the emplacement first.
He's just got on the stones. He's going to get the emplacement. And to your point, like there is a rock, paper, scissors, and a bit of like a flip the coin. But one thing that isn't like that kind of like distracts away from that makes it not so like much clearer, rather I should say, is that if you beat your opponent to feudal age, you're almost always building an archer ship
on the galley. Yeah.
Because it's like you can deny so much of it, right? So then that forces a more predictable outcome. Where it gets really RNG is when they reach tech at the same time and then they just click something. You just never know.
Now, interestingly,
wow, what is that RNG?
he got the first hits.
He also got better hits. Like that health bar is more than one hit worth.
Yeah, he's just been doing well. Well, he also retreated, which gave him up. And the torch coming in, or the bow, case.
Even if it isn't
doing
for that,
2 damage.
Even if it isn't for that, there's a fishing boat that Wham could have pulled. Like he was never going to lose this battle.
That's huge that he was able to do that. ZertoN caught off guard, and now just going for the emplacement. So we're back to this. Both players going for the emplacement.
If ZertoN's not careful, he can be denied his real objective here. So Wham built a few men at arms. If he runs for the gold, ZertoN loses this game because he can't access gold. Like, look at what he's doing. He's being greedy.
Because we know ZertoN wants to go Regnets behind this.
Yeah.
I guess he might need a tower on the gold, but even then, Man at Arms is not the worst at diving that and being annoying.
They're doing the same builds. Wham's going multi-TC.
The emplacement also doesn't help you against these land units, so there's just really, like, it's kind of just a matter of time before that dock goes down, but it's being super annoying. Has to garrison, is able to do so, tries to run to a corner of the world where
There's nowhere.
You can run and you can hide, but I will find
Wait,
you.
maybe? Did he act? Oh my, that's like half a tile of safety right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh no!
Yeah, but there's another
He was
placement the other
spotted.
way. Wait, what? Wham?
No, Wham!
Wham? Oh,
Wham!
no, no, no.
I think he's
Stay.
okay. No!
Why did you do it to him? Why
He
do you
was
even
fine
speak
before.
at this point, Winston?
Dude,
You have a
every
power.
time
You
think
actually
you're
have a
safe.
power.
he found safety though in the south though.
I don't know how.
Certain
like,
did.
like, I don't know. There must be a very specific point there where it's like slightly deeper. You know, let's be really nitpicky about this. Zoom in on that edge. I want to see if there's a tiny, tiny little piece.
Oh, he walked in and Certain immediately regrets it.
Don't move. Don't blink. Don't even think.
I like the adjustment here by ZertoN to get some man-at-arms out and not just lose to the man-at-arms of
Yes.
Wham. So I really like this adaptation. And the boar being pulled Pumbaa is in the mix.
Bruh, can you not?
Oh.
Can you please not?
I think it's just out of range. I think he'll be okay.
By the way, a greedy man on the mic did mention this spot. I got a break. I don't know, man. After your curse, I'm feeling good about this. And I understand why. You're an H3 player, you want greed. That boar deer spot, mwah.
It is very nice, yeah. It's going to be a good spot for sure, long term. Well, even short term as he goes to the wood first, but I guess he needs wood.
I think that's just an auto behavior there. Like,
Yeah,
I think
probably.
wood always has priority for TCs when you drop them like that, if I'm not
Am
mistaken.
I the only one who gets terrified by having my units like this? Like, ZertoN could just be training a demo at any point, and he could just cancel it if it doesn't look like a good time, and if it is, you just lose all 5 man-at-arms.
But I could be training a demo too, Waffles. That's the difference, says Wham.
Looked like he tried to demo his own units every. Yeah, he's just trying to get this dock burning so he can take control again.
Well, he is outnumbered
That
now,
one
and
nerf.
the impressive part is, like, look at what ZertoN's understood about this game now. Usually, because you're Russian Castle Age, you have to be frugal with your men-at-arms count. But when you see your opponent goes for a second TC like this, you realize you can actually be greedy and aggressive at the same time.
ZertoN's units were on the coast there. I'm almost shocked that Wham didn't go for the big bang on those men-at-arms. As Regnitz comes in, a stable as well, so maybe he's trying to squeeze out a couple knights to take map control with. His men-at-arms don't really do a great job protecting his prelates as they scour these relics. Or that's not the right word. There's a
Scour
word
these
that I-
relics. As you,
like scrunch up. You know what I mean? Like
scavenge
like-
these relics?
scavenge.
Is that the
Yeah,
word you
there's
were
like
looking
a-
for?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like ZertoN's position. He's going to be Castle Age. He's got man-at-arms on the field more than Wham. Wham does have the second TC. 5 more vills, though, isn't like the biggest lead. You can easily neutralize that with a couple of garrisoned relics with the Regnitz.
Okay, I figured it out. I think what you're after is like he scours the map for the relics, and then he scurries towards them, and then he scavenges them.
Yes.
There you go.
And then
Meanwhile-
he's secures. Okay, no, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop.
No, please continue.
No.
I want to see where this
No
train
more.
wreck goes next.
No more jokes. Okay, no. Yeah, so ZertoN defending. First relic.
Is he trying to use the
Very
stealth
quiet
force to
part
get
of the
away
map.
with this? Like, bro, you just picked it up next to a TC. He saw you. Either way, he saw you. There's no way you can run. There's no way you can hide. Papa's
Oh,
coming
man.
for you.
Oh, wow. Just 3 dudes on a horse. Beating this poor old man up in the alley. The
Don't
man-at-arms going to come to save the day, but...
It's not quick enough. Grandpa's
Oh.
gone. We're surround though, so looks like it's going to
Yeah,
be an exchange in the end. So I'll get rid of the second aggro force, but the men at arms are checking the other side.
Man-at-arms fighting the knight. The knight going to be trading quite well there, especially now that he's Castle Age. Regnitz coming in for Wham, but he's only got 1 relic on his half of the map. That 1 prelate did pull that relic halfway across like this contested zone of the map, right? So it's going to be feeling really good for ZertoN. He prioritized these far relics first, and those are exactly not the relics that Wham was protecting. As you now have Castle Age Man-at-Arms joining the fight.
And I'm just thinking, like, from this position, relic-wise, how many can he... I think Wham could get 2, but, like,
1?
I think 2.
Oh
right?
no, he's got guys.
Yeah,
he's
he's got the
someone
back
prepped.
one as well. So he'll still have something.
Yeah, 2. And maybe he can secure the one in the middle, but I don't think so. That's already being picked up here by ZertoN. Sorry. So it's gonna be 3-2.
Look at the min arms count as
the
well.
end
Like Wham has nothing. Look at his army.
He's gonna have trouble dealing with this. He has the Pierce Armor. He doesn't have any Pierce Armor upgrades, but he has no attack upgrades. So
It's the idle
Arm's
time.
gonna do a nice job.
Right, I think it's more the idle time. Like, you can't burn this down because it's HRETC, but you can now just invalidate his eco extension.
He's also bypassed the wall, and there's just a dude with a relic down here. The prelate gonna have to be sneaky. Gonna have to be very sneaky. Ooh.
What is your goal here, sir? That is the bravest prelate I have ever seen in my life.
Well, if he kills this prelate,
Yeah, just clonk him over the head
Take
like
it.
he's a sheep, right?
yeah, you take your staff and you hit him. It's easy. I say
Whoa,
that.
whoa.
Oh,
ZertoN, no! Get out!
what?
Get out! He only gets 2.
Okay, only 2. That was so close there. I thought
Dude, that formation shuffle actually saved him, right? Like,
I
Can we just, like, it is quite insane how often formation shuffles save people.
yeah, it's very good. It's very good. You get that 40% move speed burst whenever you're trying to like get to your position in a formation, right? So
Yes.
it's quite strong to be able to. If you can use that in just the right situations, it can be very strong.
So
Wham,
buff
though,
wall
defending
walls.
these
That's what I'm hearing.
Buffaloes. Oh yeah,
Duh, hell yeah.
that's
Give him
what I
double
like
the
to
range.
hear. But that raid on his Northern Gold was rough.
Was it 4 villages I
Wham-
think he took for that?
Yeah, it's look at the eco kills, 7-1. So Wham, even though he's in his second TC position, usually around 13 minutes, you want at least 10 vills up, right? He just torched another knight. He just threw it back at him, Kobe style. Oh man.
One thing I'm thinking about here is like the Arcan placement. I think that's something critical to take in here. Is like Wham isn't just slightly ahead eco-wise. Like his buffed eco is ahead, right? Like if we check ZertoN space, I don't think he's got many things that are being buffed. Like berry patch, and that's kind of it.
He buffed the deer, the sheep, and the berries. So it's just a farming one now. Where honestly, if you want a farming Aachen, you put it around the wood line. Get more.
Definitely.
It's like one of those things. But I think ZertoN got a lot of value out of all the food on the map so far. As now we have a couple of ships in the middle for Wham to try and hold it. These men-at-arms on the run. The knights following it as well. This is interesting. Wham has a big army. He's got 8 knights. This is tricky.
ZertoN's not too far behind. I believe he also has the heavy maces, so that kind of evens it up, right? Like you're clubbing these cavalry units pretty hard. Wham, I wonder, like he could just boom up prelates to buff his eco elsewhere, but he could eventually just use it for healing in these clashes because neither side is building range units.
Yeah, it's been really good for Wham the fact that no range units for sure, but I think it's been really good that I think Wham invested a lot less in order to get 2 relics, and I think ZertoN invested a lot more to get the 3. But the 3 is, I mean, look at the economy here. I mean, ZertoN could go obvious soon if he wanted to. It might be an option. He's trying to wall up, trying to rush up some food.
But one big thing is like if Wham now moves for the sacred sites like this, he should easily be able to camp 2 of them. So that'll negate the gold advantage that ZertoN's built here. But ZertoN is like, I mean, this is how many people has he still got people on gold, or he must have at some point? Because I just feel like he's sitting on all this gold, even though he's been pushing knights. The numbers don't feel like they add up.
Time for market.
Time to die. Wham's in.
Yeah, I mean he's not spending his gold. The prelate goes down. So do some bills.
Well, there you go. Now he can spend his gold.
Though. Well, I mean, Wham's got a lot of low HP knights there, though. 4 of them limping off away from the battle without like a head, basically.
And now they can just go back and heal. And if you chase them too long, Wham he's prepping a nice surprise to them at home, Winston. He's adding in nice friendly crossbows.
Oh yeah, it's a good call here.
I think he got more knights killed than he saved with that counter charge.
Yeah, right.
The
But now he's gonna
classic.
take the engagement. The classic. Try to do a fancy micro technique to save your units. Lose more units than you could have if you had just right-clicked your base.
It's like
It's the classic.
in Dota, we always called it the save hero syndrome, right? You died as
Oh
well.
yeah,
Congrats.
it's called chain feeding.
The Congo line of
One-
death.
One after another, we shall die. But at least we did the same thing together.
Good old conveyor
Right?
belt,
Yeah,
mate.
no.
Look at the night count now, though. Like, Wham getting that many away injured, up to 15. I mean, honestly, if ZertoN does go for this imp age, I think he loses this game now. This is too dangerous.
Yeah, he needs knights. He needs knights. Just now getting wheelbarrow a little behind. I got it a few minutes ago.
But
Yeah, he needs units. He needs units fast. And like you said, the crossbow mass also growing. If Wem gets that number up to like 20 or something, those men-at-arms are going to have a very finding impact in this game. And he just leaves. He just goes out the gate. He's just going to leave.
Wow. Okay, ZertoN, this is dangerous, bud. Like, he obviously doesn't know what we know. The crossbows behind this will ruin the fight. And I think Wham is posturing for it as well. Once he sees that tech out complete, he can commit.
And I mean,
Unless-
he needs to heal. Oh my gosh! He can run out the. He can run out the gate. He can run out the gate.
This still stinks you though. Like gold-wise, you're building crossbows, you're building knights. If you want to counter tech up now, you can't do that either. This is still a big deal what ZertoN just done there, and he can camp that.
Yeah, this is definitely tricky if you're Wham. How do you navigate this without potentially throwing? Because if you take one bad maybe you have the luxury of two bad engagements, and the Swabia just kicks in. Like, you have a 25 vil lead. It's hard to lose with a 25 vil, but I'd say one of the best ways to lose with the 25 vil lead is when your opponent has a Swabia, right? So it'll be caught up fast before we really blink. And by 25 I mean 20. I can't count.
It's okay. I think we've come to accept that by now.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate is
Numbers are
that you
hard.
always try to do the numbers again. I respect that.
I revisit it. I own it, right?
You know what I've learned in life is like it's not how often you're wrong. It's that time you're right. You know. Shoot, you miss. Was it you miss the 100% of the shots you don't take? Is that the saying? I can't.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's close enough.
No, I feel that.
Right now, I'm
And
feeling like Wham has a timing still. Like, is it me or is ZertoN's military count not increased at all? He has less than he had a minute ago.
He's getting elite man-at-arm, which, like, I guess.
But he doesn't have that's not a choice, I don't think. I think preferably you want knights, but one big issue here is check where his gold veins are. Like, he only has passive gold. He literally has nothing else to access.
Yeah, the 8Ks got walled out, but there's 3 4Ks that he could easily, or 2 4Ks that he could easily, like, secure at
Could
some
he
point?
actually
I don't know.
secure them, though? Like, without a keep drop?
Yeah, I guess he's gonna need something like that eventually.
And
The
then,
economy, though, for Wham,
like,
that's
what's
a
it?
big army.
It is. And also, by that way, that one gold vein near ZertoN's base is a bait, right? I think he exhausted it down to about 400, if that. Yeah, look how broken and in despair that gold vein is.
100 gold.
Hey,
You
man,
make
that's
one
5
knight.
men-at-arms. Go for it.
Why not? You say you laugh,
Wink.
but 5 men-at-arms.
Have you
Gonna
put
be-
5 men-at-arms against 18 crossbows? You like their odds?
They can dream.
They can... Nightmare is more accurate here.
They can dream. Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. The Swabia is going to be under attack pretty soon. It's not the strongest defensive building. You do get a couple of those garrison arrows. But that's a lot of units who do not care, right?
Burn it. Burn it all down. He has, of course, got the E-repairs, so he can kind of delay this. Even then, I don't know. This actually might be enough torch damage to outdo. Instead, don't waste time. Send the knights deeper. Idle up everybody.
Oh, this Aachen is just so sad now. It was starting to look beautiful. ZertoN was trying to make the best SimCity possible, but I think it's just going to get idled a little bit longer. And now the idle emergency repairs is on cooldown, so I'm back for... Here we go. Everybody hit it all at once. Let's go.
ZertoN
If this dies, the advantage ability here for ZertoN to catch up is diminished.
non-existent.
But I mean, look how...
Look at the farms that aren't working, Winston. Do you want to count them?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
The military count, man. He's got 4 times the army value.
And then the best part is,
Right.
like, you don't have to stop burning the Palace of Swabia because the HRE E-repairs, right? Commit to the burn because your crossbows can just kill the men-at-arms quicker than they can kill you.
Yeah, this is
Dude, the
insane.
micro.
This is so much pain. And now down it goes. That's a huge loss here for certain. He needed this Swabby. It was kind of his only defense. It was the only thing holding back this horde of units into the farms again. Knights go to the wood line. Oh boy. 4 relics, or 3 relics. Not enough, says Wham.
HRE gameplay. You know, HRE mirrors, you usually talk about the amount of arcaning, but right now I'm thinking about the akening that's happening for ZertoN here. I don't think he has anything working for him. Like, if he can get a keep drop, maybe. But where would you even place it?
Wham has 30 idle vills, 30 working vills, and 7 military. And one of that military is the prelate he started the game with, probably. Or
Yeah.
it's the prelate hiding in the Aachen, buffing
He's like,
nobody.
come out, help us. No, this is your war, okay?
That's a significant percentage of his military. Oh, he's got to stop. If he could burn that tower before the upgrade
I
comes
think
in,
you just ignore it.
deny the
I legit think you
I
just
don't
ignore
think
it.
care. The game feels very over, and I guess ZertoN felt the same. Wham comfortably taking the set 2-0. Very comfortably, I might add.
Well, the interesting part is how they kind of stuck to their guns, right? They had their idea of how their build's going to work, and I don't blame them here, right? Like, sometimes you'll see players switch up the build after they get a remake, but neither player had really seen which one was better, right? There was a deviation
did,
from what
right?
we saw in the previous game, and that was the racks being cancelled and the dock being dropped first.